Alex, I walked into the shop this morning and realized my workbench has more history written on it than a dusty library book. There's a purple stain from a 2012 resin accident and a deep gouge from when I tried to help a stubborn bolt with a pry bar that had no business being in my hand. It's Friday, and if your hands aren't a little gray from graphite or sticky from wood glue yet, are you even living?
Based on the state of your coffee mug, which I believe is currently bonded to that workbench by some mysterious dried finish, I'd say you're living a bit too hard today, Tiger.
It's a structural bond, Alex. Don't touch it. It's holding the whole table together.
Noted. Well, it's March 6th, and we've got a massive show today. We're talking about why the younger generation, the Zoomers, are suddenly realizing that holding a pipe wrench might be smarter than holding a mountain of student debt. Plus, some 3D printing wizardry that's basically optical illusions for your eyes.
And we've got some Etsyology for the makers trying to turn their sawdust into rent money. But first, let's talk about these new printers. Creality dropped the K2 SE. Everyone was obsessed with the flagship, but this SE model, it's like the reliable pickup truck of the fleet. It's got a CFS switcher that lets you run 16 different filaments through one nozzle. 16.
16 colors? Tiger, you can barely pick out a shirt that matches your pants. What are you going to do with 16 colors in one print?
Look, I'm a simple man. Most of my world is walnut or rust. But for the folks making intricate models or signs, this changes the math. You aren't just printing a red plastic bucket anymore. You're printing a multi-shaded masterpiece. And here's the kicker. There's this new software fork, Full Spectrum for Orca Slicer. It doesn't even mix the colors. It uses dithering. It's like those old Sunday comic strips or a pointillist painting. It places tiny dots of different filaments so close together that your brain just gives up and sees a new color. It's tricking your eyeballs into seeing a gradient that shouldn't exist. It's the ultimate cheat code for making a four-color machine look like it's printing the whole rainbow.
So it's basically lying to us? I like it. Efficient. But speaking of efficiency, let's pivot to the humans. The data is out, and Gen Z is officially clocking in. We're seeing a 60% jump in kids saying they want the trades.
It brings a literal tear to my eye. For 20 years, we told every kid that if they didn't get a 4-year degree in something ending in ology, they'd be a failure. Now they're looking at the bill for that degree, then looking at the starting salary for an electrician, and the light bulb is finally turning on. Pun intended.
I was looking at the numbers. 150,000 openings in construction and 80,000 inches electrical every single year. These aren't just jobs, Tiger. These are, I can buy a house and a boat careers. But you've always said that being a pro is about more than just swinging a hammer.
Exactly. The dumb blue-collar myth is dead. If you're a business owner listening, you can't recruit these kids by promising them a tough job for tough men. Show them the tech. Show them the CNC machines, the 3D map job sites, and the financial freedom of being your own boss by 30. We need to be mentors, not gatekeepers. If a kid shows up at your shop, eager to learn, don't just make him sweep floors for 6 months. Teach him why the grain direction matters on day one. Give him the why, and he'll give you the how.
Spoken like a man who definitely made his first apprentice sweep floors for 6 months.
Hey, I was a victim of the times. My first boss made me sort buckets of rusted nails by size. It was a character-building exercise in absolute boredom.
Let's talk about the maker moguls for a second. If you aren't ready to go full-time on a construction crew, maybe you're selling on Etsy. You were digging into the 2026 trends, and it looks like just selling stuff is a recipe for a quiet shop.
It's all about the niche or die philosophy this year. If you put vintage hammer in your Etsy tags, you're shouting into a hurricane. Nobody's going to hear you. But if you specialize in mid-century modern office hardware, now you're talking to a specific person with a specific wallet.
And the Amazon data is backing that up. People aren't just searching for wood shelves. They're searching for modular home organization.
It's the Legofication of the home. People want stuff that snaps together, moves with them, and doesn't feel like a permanent commitment to a floor plan. If you're making products, think modular. And for heaven's sake, make it sustainable. Eco-friendly workshop gear is one of the top search terms. If you're shipping things in 4 pounds of plastic wrap, the 2026 consumer is going to leave you a 1-star review before they even see the product.
This shelf is beautiful, but I had to hire a hazmat team to clear the styrofoam from my living room.
Seriously, just use cardboard. It's better for everyone.
Okay, Tiger, let's get into the weekend warrior stuff. I saw your shopping cart. It's ambitious.
Listen, my shop looks like a professional workspace, but my brain still operates on measure once, cut twice, then swear loudly logic. So, I've been testing these new DIY upgrades. First, magnetic dust ports.
Give me the pitch. Why do I need magnets on my saw?
Because fumbling with those metal screw-style hose clamps is the fastest way to lose your maker joy. You're switching from the planer to the sander, you're wrestling with a stiff plastic hose, the screwdriver slips and stabs your thumb. With magnets, it's just click. Done. It makes you feel like you're working in a NASA lab instead of a garage in Ohio.
I'll give you that one. But what about the auto-centering dowel jig? Isn't that just a crutch for people who can't use a ruler?
Alex, I have used every ruler known to man, and I still manage to miss the center of a board by a 32nd of an inch. And in woodworking, a 32nd is a canyon. These auto-centering jigs, they have these synchronized jaws. You just clamp it on, and by the laws of physics, that hole is going exactly in the middle. It's not a crutch, it's a peace of mind device. It saves me from turning a $100 piece of walnut into very expensive firewood.
And the digital angle gauge? You've got a perfectly good plastic square from the 80s.
That square is a liar. It's been dropped so many times it's more like 88 degrees. A digital gauge lets you stick it right to the table saw blade, hit zero, and actually know that your bevel is perfect. It's about removing the guesswork so you can actually enjoy the building part.
So the takeaway for the weekend is basically get better tools to hide your incompetence?
No, the takeaway is use the tech we have to make the craft approachable. Whether you're a Gen Z kid starting an apprenticeship or a hobbyist trying to get your first Etsy sale, the barrier to entry has never been lower. We have software that creates colors out of thin air and jigs that take the oops out of the equation.
It's a good time to be a maker.
It's the best time. My final thought for everyone heading into the weekend, don't be afraid to be the new guy at something. Whether it's 3D printing or a new trade, the moment you stop being a student is the moment your shop starts getting dusty for the wrong reasons. Go out there, make a mess, and maybe, just maybe, try not to glue your coffee mug to the table.
No promises on the coffee mug, Tiger.
Fair enough. We'll see you in the den next time. Keep building.
See ya.